leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Who's chasing the beer? They circle the lips, play ball. Play ball. Load up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball. Take off the caps.
This is almost done or something.
You're on. You're on.
Okay, here we are. Laughter Saves Lives live.
Live.
Megan's going to say live.
Live.
There you go. Here on Strong Island TV Paradise Studios. We're not in the studio, obviously, because of the coronavirus situation. So I am broadcasting live from my dirty basement next to my Greek neighbors in Belmont, Long Island. And Megan is here from outside of Texas, a small town called
Highland Village.
Highland Village, a lovely town out there. And, I was out in Texas a few times. The one time that I originally met Megan and had a ball. Everybody was so nice. Really nice part of the country. So I thought it would be cool to have Megan on. Butch is probably watching right now going, why didn't you shave? Because it's like every day is the same. I'm sitting here in my dirty sweats. But I want to give people, look, and I didn't even change my name. I'm taking a real estate class at home. And every time I sign into the class, I have a different name. The guy who's running the class keeps going, who's this now? I go, it's John Larrochia. Did you have a different name the other day? So Megan, tell us, and listen, we want to make people laugh. We want to try to keep it light, but we are going through, a mess here. With, losing a lot of people we know, friends and relatives. It's a really tough time. How is it out in your neck of the woods? And let's say you're a little town. Let's start with.
In my little town, we're all staying at home like we're supposed to be, but it's not nearly the seriousness of New York, I'd have to say, because when I go to the store, barely anyone is wearing masks. Barely anyone is following like the CDC guidelines. Yeah. And that's
a problem only because you don't want it to be like up here. And that's my fear. Like, I know I was watching the news before in certain states are not demanding that people keep the social distance or it's hard. I took my grandson today to the park with his path to walk with my wife, my daughter, and all he sees this park is known for its playgrounds. Every playground is wrapped in yellow tape. And we're saying to him, they're fixing it. And this kid's going to say, like, in 6 months, he calls me grandpaps. Hey, grandpaps, these parks better look good because they've been fixing them. So you feel bad. He needs his little friends, He's like, he's so attached now to my daughter. That's his friend, my 19-year-old daughter. He's like, is Livy coming? Is Livy coming? Is Livy coming? Mm-hmm. So, yes. So we want you guys out there to keep your social distance, stay in the house as much as you can, wear your mask, wash, because you don't want what's going on up here. You really don't. We had a good time the other night with the Zoomathon. Did you watch any of our Zoomathon?
Probably not, because I have a puppy. It's like having a baby right now.
True. But you can catch it on demand. I don't have to watch the whole 5 hours, Megan. But I was really, really proud of what we accomplished. We're up to $11,000. We have 2,095s coming in by Friday, another 2,000 next week. And I have a list. This is so cool that I could cry.
Very cool.
I could cry. I have cried over this. We are sending masks, and I'm not saying exactly what hospitals yet, because the administration has a problem with outsiders coming in and giving equipment. But when a nurse is wearing the same mask that she should change after every patient for 3 days, it's time for us to help. So we're just looking to help. So I'm giving it to nurses. They're picking it up at my home, and they're going to the hospitals. I'm giving it to the FDNY. We're distributing them through another organization, Friends of Firefighters in Brooklyn. We're going to Midtown in Manhattan with police precincts who need them, EMS. I'm really proud of what we did in such a short time.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You should be.
And I'm proud that MCM, Duck Cleaning, Life Vac, Barish and McGeary sponsored the show. They alone raised over $5,000, those three sponsors.
Oh, wow.
Over $11,000. And Take a Shot Entertainment. So it was really cool. It was really cool.
That is cool.
Are you on this? Go ahead.
No, you asked me. Go ahead.
Are you on to say what your day job is, what you do during the day?
Yeah, I sell lighting.
You sell lighting?
I sell lighting
Right.
to different customers. And right now, like one of my big customers is Domino's. And so they're doing fine. But then we have a lot of retail customers and everything's on hold because, they don't know how long this is going to last and how long they're.
True. Domino's wants to see the pepperoni that they're putting on the pizza to spread it out properly.
Yeah, exactly.
But I have to say that you right now are not as bright as you could be. You should be selling lighting to yourself there. You're a little.
I'm in the corner. Maybe that's.
Yeah. You look great. You look great. But I'm very bright, aren't I?
Yeah, you are bright.
And Megan.
Is this better? Is this better?
Oh,
look at
yeah.
that. But now
Yeah. I look like a mess,
it.
don't I? I look like a mess. Look at me. Didn't shave. I didn't. Look,
See,
here's
now
my.
and you can see me in the background there.
Is that you in your room?
It's my mirror and my bed.
Oh, that is kind of weird. Let me show you where I am. Let me show you where I am, Megan.
I like it.
Do you see the
Oh my
plastic?
God.
Do you see the mess?
Yeah.
You know what
Your
that
mess-
is?
That's your basement.
No, that's the Binghamton University dorm moved to my basement because the chick
They all
had
got
so
kicked
much
out.
stuff, and we moved her home, and everything is down here, and it's not really going to.
Aww. Yeah. So this is my desk. I just took it off my desk, and I'm now facing the light.
Yeah, you're brighter. I mean, you're brighter now. Good.
Okay. Whatever I can do
donate-
for you, John.
Thank you, Megan. Donate blood, New Yorkers.
Yes.
I did not donate yet. Shame on me, but I did get sick the night before last week. I don't know if you could fight off the coronavirus in a day. I think there are people out there that had it just for a day or two, felt ill, a mild case, because, man, I felt like I was hit by a truck. I had chills for 45 minutes straight where my hands were shaking like this. So I think I had a fever. We took my fever later on. I didn't have a fever. My wife thinks I have a panic attack. She's yelling right now from the other room, "You had a panic attack." I don't think I did because I couldn't move them for 4 hours. I was. Stop talking. This is a national show. Oh, this is why, Bobby, we need the studio. When can we come back? Right, you never had this on Salerno show. It was so organized. I would tune in the timing and
that was we were really good at faking it, and he's really good at booking. He always had,
I know he is. I just booked my 2 guests a half hour ago. We're hoping that they're going to tune in. So donate blood. I'm going to donate blood.
Yes, donate blood.
Yeah, I'm going to donate blood. 2 guests tonight. LaughterSavesLives.org. I got to learn to look at this, right? LaughterSavesLives.org.
There you go.
You can still donate to the fundraiser. We ordered 4,000 masks. I want to see what the demand is like in a week to see if we want to place another order. But we used a lot of our reserve money that we normally used to help cops, firemen, military who was struggling due to a tragedy. We had one comic who was an NYPD police officer pass away last week. And we're probably going to be helping that family. That's our normal thing we do.
Yeah.
Paying some bills. So if you want to donate. LaughterSavesLives.org. Hit the donate button. Now, as we said on a Zoomathon, we need to test the button every day, Megan. Because the donate button on the website gets stuck. Okay, it doesn't. Yes. So what we need people to do is, in order to make sure it's working, click on the donate button and put $150 in there and hit the donate. If it goes through, we know the button is working, Megan. It's the only way we know.
You got me for the first minute of that. I was like, what? Your donate button doesn't work? Aye.
Yes. So I'm just looking at what.
Yeah, you guys, everybody, $150. How very specific. You can only test it with that.
It's amazing.
More.
It's amazing. They should fix that glitch, shouldn't they, Megan?
Yes.
They should fix that. I saw something cool in the news. Nurses from around the country, in areas where the virus isn't hit so hard, came to New York. And they had to do 4 hours of training today for the one hospital they're working for, Northwell System. And outside, they had off-duty nurses giving them a round of applause as they came in for their training. Typical New York fashion, like, thank you for being here, because the nurses, they're getting pounded.
I bet.
It's crazy. You're not scheduled to be a guest on the show, Bobby's. Butch is going to be at the end of the show. Tell Butch.
I wish we were able to. New Yorkers might be able to, but I wish we were able to like sing and do something for you guys, for the people who are on the front lines fighting this. But in Texas, we live way too far apart. If I went out on my porch, it wouldn't make any difference. Like the only
right.
thing for me is.
Well, there are parts upstate New York that are like that too. They're very spread out. In fact, when I picked Olivia up from the Binghamton, I felt corona free. I told her. I said, when I'm driving upstate in the mountains, it was such a nice feeling. Because down here, I tell you, I went to the supermarket today. Now, I was in hazmat. I wore level A suits, fully encapsulated suits and all. I wore more in the supermarket today than I did on half my hazmat calls. I had on gloves and everything. And then when I'm in there too long, you start getting like, I got to get out of here, you know. Yeah. This too shall pass. You know, I don't think we're going to be normal again for a while. We'll be wearing masks and social distancing, but it's things that, you know, baseball, just a simple thing like baseball. Once they start playing baseball again, it'll be like, you know, something's moving.
That's true. You know? That's true. Well, Fauci's saying that we should maybe just change our cultural stance a little bit and just start wearing masks all the time, forever. And definitely don't shake hands anymore.
Yeah. What about hugs?
No,
I'm Italian. That's all I do is hug people.
I hug too. I know. It's going to be weird. It's like an elbow.
Maybe if we have the mask on, we could hug. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. If we put on masks, can we then hug each other?
Yeah. Did you see that lady that hugged her mom through a curtain? She set up a plastic curtain outside her house. I don't know how safe that was, but she wanted to do that. I wanted to mention another organization, Rescue Family Inc., who we've worked with.
I love them.
Yeah, we made a donation to them. They gave me some masks for my daughter, who's going into people's homes as a nurse. Before people were very generous to me. For all the people I know, for my daughter. Now, Paula's a nurse. She's been out of work for a while. She can't go back yet because she has a certain condition where they're just not letting her go back to work. And I'm kind of happy about that right now. But Rescue Family Inc. has donated masks to United Cerebral Palsy, St. Francis Hospital, Jacobi, and some EMS at FDNY already. I think they did it already. Their masks are in. So they're a really cool organization, really, really, really good people. On tonight's show, Megan, are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
On tonight's show, we're going to have Lance Ulanoff. Now you're saying, who the freak is Lance Ulanoff? That's a good question. I only booked him a half hour ago, and I'm not sure myself. No, there he is. Mr. Lance is a big shot, but he's connecting to audio. I want him to hear this. Lance, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Lance Ulanoff is a big shot. I don't know how he landed this guy, other than I think his wife said, listen, if you go on the show, he'll stop stopping by our house asking for cookies.
Do you have a twin?
Well, yeah, there is somebody behind you in that closet, Lance. Is that?
Yeah,
he looks just
me.
like you. Who is that?
This feels like a.
Oh, who is that?
Like a horror movie.
Is that you?
Uh-huh.
Is that your background?
Yeah.
You got a fan?
I love that so much.
That is so cool. That is so. Is that going to go on for the whole time, or is
That can.
You know what, Lance? I don't care. I don't. You
Yeah,
know the
there is
quality.
one other. There is one other option. I'll show you.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, I like
So
that.
this
So
one,
you could just
it's like
leave.
I'm here, or I can just leave.
Yes.
You
and I'm
really.
still there.
I need that.
I need you. Now you have a special program to do that, I would assume.
I mean, Zoom lets you do it. You just have to create the file.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
remember
Megan-
here. You want,
Yeah, Megan's isn't as professional as yours. Look at
no, mine
Yeah,
doesn't look
it's
as good.
depending on your, your video camera. The quality of the camera on your laptop is going to define how well it does this.
what a lead-in. Now Lance goes on Ryan and Kelly. What, about once a month? You're on the national show.
It depends. It can be once a month, but it could also be once every 4 or 5 months. It just depends on when they ask me.
And you normally talk about gadgets, different types of gadgets on the show. What's out? What's coming out? What's interesting? Now Lance lives 2 blocks away from me, and the other day his wife posted on Facebook that she made cookies. So I happened to be walking past his house. I rang the bell, ran back to social distance, and she threw me a cookie. So that was very kind of her.
She just wanted the
very
opportunity to throw cookies at you.
And that was the deal. I won't come by anymore if Lance comes on the show. Lance, what is your background? Like, what is your background again?
Journalism.
So how did you get involved with the gadget? You is that what you research, gadgets?
Yeah, I mean, technology. I'm a technology journalist. I've been doing it for like 30 years.
That's some niche. Is that the right word? Like, that's like.
Yeah, it's a niche. It's the genre. There's a lot of different kinds of journalists, and I just got in 1991. I got hooked into technology, and that's been it.
Wow. So, what I wanted to bring you on the show. I don't know if this will fit. I keep looking at myself on the screen instead of the camera. I've only been doing this 2 years. I thought there might be some interesting gadgets now that we're home. The kids are home. We're home a lot. That we can play with, maybe to educate ourselves, just to have fun.
That's a good question.
Yeah, just to have fun. But maybe educate a little bit.
1 second, I'm switching network.
I was like, do you recommend the Switch?
I'm switching network. Oh.
No, I was like, boy, he's disciplined. He's not moving at all.
Listening.
Yeah, I was switching networks because it was getting a little flaky. So I wanted.
What were you switching to? From what to what?
From a mesh network that is a little bit older to a mesh network that's newer and faster.
He's already lost me.
Yeah.
My mesh ability. Okay. What do you got for us today? What do you got that we can make?
It depends on so this time it's weird because what's happened is this time of year I've suddenly got a lot of phones. So I've got so you got this phone, you got this phone, you got this phone.
Can you be a bit more general about what kind of phones they are?
Why do you have that many phones? Are you a drug dealer?
I review technology, so I review these products.
All right, so what do you got? What kind of phone is hot right now?
I just reviewed this. This is the OnePlus 8 Pro. So it's a pretty cool camera, a pretty cool phone. It has 4 cameras actually. Just made myself disappear. That's cool.
That's amazing. It makes you disappear.
That's amazing. I want the phone.
I may have to turn off the background when I go on because if I want to show gadgets, I can do it on the fly. Because it'll end up messing things up. What I can do is this is also another good background.
Yes. See, I tried to do that. None of that works. I'm gonna need.
It depends on. It's just lighting can mess it up a little bit.
Can I ask you a general question? Yeah. I'm looking to buy the new Mevo Start to stream live with.
You're talking about the camera?
Yes, sir.
The new one.
Yes. What do you think?
I like that. There's, they've made a bunch of cameras, and they actually let them follow you around, and they'll sort of do, you can sort of trick it with like, this is a close-up shot, this is a wide shot, but it's using all the same shot.
Yes.
To do it. Yeah, it's pretty cool technology. I actually have an older one here, like slightly a one that's a little bit more heavy duty.
The short stubby one, the round one?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that was it. Megan, so you could actually go on your cell phone and
Yeah.
click different pictures you want to show.
And so it's like you have multiple cameras, but it's all one.
Yeah, it looks
Well,
like
what it's doing is
I like that.
so what it does is it actually shoots a really wide shot, and basically the software looks at different parts of it. So it'll zoom in on the same shot, or it'll just use the different parts. It's a really smart technology.
I like it.
Yeah, I
So
like it too.
since you're the gadget expert, can you talk to me about my Samsung phone? I have the new. I don't know. It's the newest one, but I have the 10 Plus. Is that the newest one?
Oh, does it have a stylus?
No, I don't have the whatever those are.
No, I can't see it. You gotta show it to me.
I just have a 10. It's just a 10.
pass it down to him. You're right above him on my screen.
Turn it around, but I don't know if so. It's the Samsung Galaxy S10.
Yeah, S10 Plus, but it's not with the stylus.
All right. Well, that would be a Note Plus. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
nice
exactly.
one.
This is
What's
the
wrong
regular
with
one.
that?
So what do you think about those? Was that a good purchase?
That's a good device. It's only one generation back. It's a big
Okay.
screen. It's over 6 inches. I don't know. It's like
Yeah, it's
6.3 or something. Yeah.
Is this how they
it's
do
a
it? on
nice big
Instagram?
screen. Did you upgrade to Android 10?
No, to the what?
Android. So you're running an Android phone.
Yeah, it's Android.
So you get regular software updates. And
Yes.
by now it probably should have updated to Android 10.
Yeah, it updated a couple days ago.
Yeah. So that changes
Okay.
some stuff, gives you some.
You know
nice
what,
features.
Megan?
Yeah.
Lance knows that anybody I have on the show, if they say, how good is my thing that I just bought? He always says good because he doesn't want it to make you feel bad. He doesn't want to say, oh, what a piece of crap that is, because you bought
Well,
it
I'm
already.
taking questions from other people. So there's another thing. They asked about the S20 or the S50. Is that
Yeah,
even a
well, I've
thing?
got the this is actually the Samsung Galaxy. I'm gonna have to turn off this
Is
background.
the
I'll show you.
S50 a thing?
No, not S50.
Okay.
That's not a thing. I will say none. Where's my none? I want to turn it off.
Oh, the
Here's
background?
virtual
Yeah, that
Yeah,
guy's
where's
getting
your real
tired.
background? Where are you?
Oh,
Are you in
nice.
the White House?
I'm now the president.
That looks like my basement.
No,
Doesn't
because
it?
we just saw your basement.
It looks just like it.
Can you send some messages to Fauci for me, or maybe Trump?
So here's my real background, which looks a little bit like my fake background, but this
Okay.
is the Samsung Galaxy S20 5G. So this is the
Wow,
phone I just,
5G.
yeah.
Can I get that one?
So this is a nice, really nice device. This is not the larger one because there's a bigger phone. This is the smaller device.
Uh-huh.
So it's a smaller screen. It's like 6.2 inches. It's comfortable. It's comfortable to hold and use. It's got a nice camera system on it. Yeah, so you've got one generation back, it looks like.
got an 8.
And the screen
Oh, it's an
always
8. That's an 8. I can see that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
an 8.
It's an 8.
Which still has the fingerprint reader on the back, I think, which I really don't like.
I never used it. It does? I've never used it.
I think it does.
Yeah, it's like
Let me
on the
see.
camera almost.
Look, I don't see
Yeah, I
it.
don't like that one.
Turn there. I can't see it. Way to go. You got to talk when you show it because
It's
otherwise you
very-
don't take focus.
Hello.
Yeah, put it closer to the thing. I'm trying to remember if you have.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
I think that's the fingerprint reader to the right, on the right side there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right.
That square, that black square is a fingerprint reader. It's
Never knew that.
It's kind of annoying because it's too close to the cameras and people
Yeah.
put their finger on the camera and say you can't see what you're doing. So on this device, on the newer devices now, on your
Yep.
newer Android phones,
Right there.
the fingerprint reader is on the screen, under the screen. And in fact, this one is pretty good, but this guy, the OnePlus 8 Pro, you can actually see it there. The OnePlus 8 Pro, it's one of the best fingerprint readers they have. It
And
works-
what is that for? To open your phone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I unlock it. I just touch the screen.
Do any phones, like I have Clear at the airport, and sometimes they eye scan me? Do any phones have eye scans?
Yeah, well, they have iris scans. Some of the Samsung phones, like I believe that the one she has, still has the iris scan.
She has a lot of money. She has a fancy phone, I'm sure.
But like the iPhone and this
Biggest phone.
phone and this phone all have Face ID.
Uh,
But the Face ID is of varying degrees of security. So the best security for Face ID is still your iPhone. Samsung's Face ID is not as strong, is not as
Right.
secure. It can be fooled. But my preference is a Face ID that's a good enough quality on the iPhone. But you can't have iris recognition, which is your eye inside your eye.
Right. That's what I meant.
That's pretty good. Sometimes you have to take off your glasses for it, but it can work. And it's more secure than face recognition on some phones. But fingerprint readers, especially under the screen, are great.
You
And
said
can use
face.
them-
You said Face ID.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what I use in my iPhone.
Let's say I use my face. So if another very handsome man came up to my phone, it may think it's me.
No. But if you had a twin,
All right. Well, I'm not worried about my twin.
Like he does
Yeah.
in his closet. If his closet man could
Yeah.
unlock.
Yes.
I used to tease my kids that I had a twin, so that he lived in the basement.
What else you got? Anything else?
The other thing, which was I was thinking about being stuck at home.
Right.
So this guy, I don't know if you've ever heard of this. This is an Oculus Quest. Facebook makes these,
Okay.
but it's a VR headset. So
Okay.
I would put this on
Right.
like this, and I would have my remote controls here,
Right.
and I can go anywhere in the world. I can play games. I can even go on social media. I can talk to other friends in a virtual space. So I'm social distancing in the extreme. And
Right, right.
It's like $400, and it's got a lot of apps. It's pretty cool. It works really well. We've
So
all
you
tried
can
it
go
here in my
anywhere.
house.
You said you can go anywhere in the world wearing that thing.
Yeah, because
They'll let
What
you on a
it
plane
has-
with that.
their apps, and what they've done is they've taken, like, we went and to France, Paris with this. We were looking at Paris. We actually went to Notre Dame. After the fire, we went to what had been done. It was a VR walkthrough, and they used a drone and gone through. This is before the fire, so we were kind of remembering and going back. My wife
Oh,
did it. I
wow,
did it.
cool.
It's pretty cool. It's very.
Yeah.
It has it has really good tracking systems. So you can play with it standing up, because it will see the room for you and let you know with a red light if you're going outside a bounding area, so you
Right.
don't walk into a wall. But you could also sit in a chair and do it, but you don't get nauseous. You just feel like you're actually in the place.
I heard
Now
like
we'd
they
like
were
to
doing
feel like we're not at home.
tours. They were doing virtual tours of like museums available for
Yeah.
kids. Is that for? Can you use the Oculus Rift for that?
Yeah, if they have, as long as they have an app that works with it, yes.
Can you?
They have to have like the VR experience app to go with it.
Can you do a virtual tour of my basement and the garbage
No.
bags from Libby's college? Could you do that for everyone on there?
Don't do that.
Yeah, no, I would probably say that's not going to be a really highly trafficked VR space.
Because every day I'm going, can we empty out these bags? The problem is there's nowhere to put them. There's nowhere to put them. There really is. This is well, you pass my house. Lance has a very big house. See, he lives on the nice section of town, and I live right on the borderline of the crappy section of town. Well, you got one more for us, Lance?
So
You don't save the good ones for Ryan and Kelly. Give us.
no, I'm just
All right, I'm just.
so just quickly. We have a new MacBook Air, and a lot of people use these laptops right now. Obviously, we're living with these things. Apple's still putting out new products, and the one main thing about this MacBook Air, it's 13 inches, that I'd want you to know about is the new keyboard. Because everybody complained about the old keyboards. Now they've got what's called a Magic Keyboard. It's really nice. This just came out. It's $999, so it's under $1,000. It's super thin. It's light.
And tonight, Megan, for being host, you get an Apple, whatever that thing is there, whatever he said it was, the Air. Can I ask you one more quick question? We have a question from one of our loyal viewers, and we go down to do a comedy show for them in Mammoth County EMS. He's on the front lines down there. Kevin King. He says, "What do you think about the new Apple Watch?"
Oh, the Apple Watch Series 5, I love it. It's a really good device. It has things like fall detection. It can, detect your heart rate. It can detect irregular heartbeat rhythms. It can detect if there's too much noise in a room. It can basically notify you. You can make phone calls through it. It's also got now what's called a sort of an always-on screen, but it'll have, when you have your wrist down, the screen is darkened and drained of color, so it won't drain battery life, but you don't have to wait for it to light up when you pick it up. So and it's also basically waterproof. You can go swimming with it. And I have taken it into the ocean. And it's a really good device. I like it. You also could use it if you're a jogger and you don't want to take your phone or even your wallet with you. You can.
Well, I'm a big jogger. I jogged past your house and had a cookie. And I just want to show the people that today's steps, I'm at 13,820.
That's good.
I'm in second place.
I think I'm at 6 steps today.
I'm 14,000.
I'm going out for the zombie walk, as we call it around here now, late at night. Lance, I know you're a busy man. And they have come to the Veterans Hospital, by the way, and helped me out a few times. Thank you for that. I'm going to ask you something about the Veterans Hospital tomorrow or whatever. We're trying to get them connected so they can watch the internet in their rooms. They have an old VCR that's hooked up in the rec room so they can view it on their TVs. We want to try to get them so we can do a show for them. They can watch on the internet stuff. I'll talk to you about that. We got to send somebody there and help them out because they're in their rooms. They can't leave. They can't leave their rooms. Can't go down to the recreation room. So anyway, let's thank Lance Ulanoff.
Yay! I can't clap because I'm holding my stupid
That's a
computer.
big act for us to get this guy. He's big. He takes a long time to say yes. Lance, I love you. Thank you so much, buddy.
Glad I could help. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Lance Ulanoff talking about a few gadgets. He even told Megan her phone was nice when we know it's really a piece of crap. Really a piece of crap.
Piece of crap.
Yes. Let's go to our sponsors. Let's go to play our commercials for MCN and Life Act. We'll be back.
Every once in a while, I come across a product I have to tell people about. LifeVac is one of them. Now, each year, 5,000 people choke to death. LifeVac can stop these senseless tragedies. It's so easy to use. You simply place, push, and pull. You'll never regret having a LifeVac. Please visit lifevac.net today to protect you and your loved ones.
Jack, put your phone away. We're having dinner.
Hey guys,
Hi, how you doing?
what can I get you?
You guys want appetizers?
For some reason, I just got a craving for smoked meat.
Well, you ordered something already. The menu hasn't changed. You looked at it 3 times.
I don't know what I want yet.
I wanted chicken, but I think it's blackened, so I'll have a burger.
How'd you like that cooked?
Medium.
Do you have any specials?
Specials? Boss, what are specials?
What's the matter? You don't know the specials?
Look at this smoke.
What smoke?
We gotta get these dumps clean.
Nah, they're fine.
You know what? We're just gonna take our order to go, okay?
In business since 2003, MCN duct cleaning is the result of many years of research and continuing education, realizing the need to provide a safer and cleaner environment for families on Long Island. MCN services both residential and commercial properties by cleaning dryer vents, fireplaces, HVAC systems, and so much more. This not only improves air quality, but it could also reduce your energy bills by making things run more efficiently. So, if you want to make your house or business safer and cut down on your bills in the process, give our friend Matt over at MCN a call now.
Is that steak well done?
Maybe call a little bit sooner than these guys did.
We're back. Laughter Saves Live. Back from Strong Island Studios, Strong Island TV and Paradise Studios. I'm watching myself on delay. R.C. Smith is joining us from the Sunshine State.
Beautiful Southwest Florida.
Oh,
What town is that, R.C. again?
I am in the Fort Myers area.
R.C. Smith was the warm-up act for the Chew and some other programs. Was it?
I did about a dozen different shows. I started off in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire a billion years ago. I did Tony Danza. I did Rachel Ray. I did the Chew. I did a bunch of specials, things for ESPN, things for NBC. I was all over the place.
Very, very popular man. And then he left it all a few years ago. What is it, about a year and a half, 2 years ago?
It'll be 2 years in July.
And went to Florida. And now maybe, perception is reality, but all the posts that I see this man making. Megan, are you looking at me? What are you looking at, Megan?
I looked at
you never did that on Solano's show. All the posts.
I'm looking to see where Fort Myers is.
Oh, good.
Are you stalking me? Is that what it is?
Yeah. No, I was going to ask questions about if you were near the beach. I was going to ask questions.
I am about 10 minutes away from the beach.
He's so happy. He seems so happy, and he cooks, Megan.
Too.
You have to see the meals that this man cooks. So right off the bat, do you miss New York?
I do not, especially now. No.
Yeah. It's a mess.
I miss the energy sometimes, and I miss being able to go out and go to 5-star restaurants and top of the line restaurants if I wanted to. But when I start thinking about how much I miss New York, I walk 5 feet out to my pool and jump in that, and things get much better immediately.
Oh,
rub it in right there.
So I was asking Megan, things out by her out there in Texas, the small town that I say small town. It's not a small town, but it's not Dallas. It's are not nearly as crazy as up here, but that scares me because I don't want people to think it can't be. You don't want it to be when it's up here. How are things out there, RC?
Things aren't as crazy, but things are closed down here. About the only things that are open are what they consider essential stuff.
Right.
That's not comedy clubs. So,
no.
This is the closest I've done to a gig in about a month, being on your show.
Laughter is. I always say the same thing, and if I'm repeating myself, after 9/11. After losing 19 members of my firehouse, I started to feel normal again when I started to laugh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't realize that we didn't have to get cleaned up or anything for this gig.
I know. And you know what?
I put on a nice shirt. I took a shower.
RC, don't insult don't insult Megan like that. All right, she did her hair and I know.
Although I am a little desperate for a haircut, I got to be honest with you.
Me too.
Honestly, I would take an appointment from a Wuhan barber at this point. That's how badly I want a haircut.
I know. I saw your picture the other day. It's down to here on your nose, right?
It's driving me crazy. A Wuhan barber with a bat appetizer. I would gladly make the appointment. I'm done with my long hair.
Oh my God.
Are the beaches open right now?
The beaches are not open, and it sucks because they're right there. As a matter of fact, I went up to the one marina today near me, which is kind of like one of my happy spots. Right. And I go up there, and I just sit and I watch the boats come in and out and stuff, and have a cup of coffee. And I went up there, and the security guy wouldn't even let me go through the gate. He said, I have to ask you where you're going. And I said, I was just going to go grab a cup of coffee. He said, no, you better turn around and get out. So, although he was an old guy, I think I could have taken him if I had to.
So yeah, some of those security guards get a little power trip when they you just guard the beach. Guard the beach.
Yeah, he's guarding an open space.
Don't let anybody take the beach.
Yeah. So things are closed down here. Restaurants, we can do carry out if we want. So we do that once or twice a week. So we support the local economy and stuff like that. Right. But people are just kind of wandering around.
Yeah.
It's I mean, even on good days, it's very zombie-like because of all the old people.
True.
But even now, it's more so. People are just kind of wandering around, and everybody's still friendly, but you can see everybody's have about had it up to here. They're kind of done with the whole thing. It
is frustrating. It is frustrating. I try to keep
you guys really. I feel like Florida wasn't really on lockdown until recently, right?
No, it's only been a couple of weeks that we've been on lockdown.
Yeah. What about? We don't get into politics on this show, but the governor of Florida doesn't seem to be taking this too serious.
No, he is taking it seriously, but he was kind of leaving it up to the local towns and cities to do what they thought was best.
Yeah, okay.
So that was his thing. But other than that, he's been doing a good job. Hey, listen, the other guy, the guy that ran against DeSantis, his name was Andrew Gillum, and they found him about 3 weeks ago passed out in a motel naked next to a male escort who had OD'd on meth.
Oh my God.
That's absolutely true. The
Wow.
Democrat that was running against DeSantis. Who was yeah, they found him in a hotel room a couple weeks ago.
What upset me the most, I thought you said motel. I'm like, what is this famous guy doing in a motel? The rest of it, I was like, all right.
No, it might have been a motel. I gotta be honest with you.
The meth is fine.
The meth and
the naked male who had OD'd was fine. It better be a nice hotel.
It's all right.
That's
It's 2020. It's 2020. It's fine.
Is this a 5-star hotel? How do you know? It comes with its own overdosed hooker. That's when you know it's a 5-star hotel.
Megan, you have to catch a show with RC because we did shows last year in Florida and we had him headline the shows, and he's so entertaining to watch him. And they gave us the mic. Remember the retirement? You went back this year with the retirement.
I did, but they tried to give you the Madonna microphone.
Yeah, I had the Madonna. Well,
yeah.
that's for RC and I. We say Madonna. People younger would use another.
I know it.
So I said, "You gonna let me use that mic?" So I'm running around with it after my set. I go, "Oh, it's fun." I'm talking in the back room, and then about 5 minutes later, somebody comes in and goes, "Your mic is still on." John's on the stage.
Actually, John is so old. When you mention Madonna, he thinks you mean Jesus' mother. That's how old.
No, I'm not that old. I don't feel that old.
No.
No, you look great. You look great.
Well, you know what? This is me, RC. Butcher's going to yell at me that I didn't shave for the show. But this is me. This is who I am. I'm in my home. Now, if I was in the studio, I would have wore a blue shirt.
You might have washed your hair.
Is that a blue shirt? Okay, so how long have you been in lockdown, John?
Well, I was put in isolation 3 weeks ago due to certain situations, okay? I've been down my basement for 3 weeks, living down my basement. And finally, I knocked on the door and asked my wife why I'm down here, and there was no reason given. I just been down here.
She's the one that put you in lockdown?
Yeah, she's a nurse. My other daughter's a nurse, and I thought I trusted them that there's a reason, right? You don't ask questions when somebody's a professional.
No,
and finally,
oh my God!
No.
You were driving them crazy, and they put you in the basement.
But I did have chicken cutlet parmesan twice a week, so I said I'm not fighting this.
Do they send you down a bucket of lotion as well, so you keep your skin nice and moist?
When you said bucket of lotion, I'm like, where is he going with this?
Puts the lotion on.
This is a family show. Where is he going with this?
Did you ever see Silence of the Lambs? You must have seen Silence of the Lambs. Come on.
I did, but I don't remember the scene.
There's nothing better than insulting a guy and then actually having to explain the joke. Thanks.
Yes.
John.
Hold on. Let me have a drink. Hold on. Let me have a drink from my thimble. Hold on.
Do you have a full bathroom down there, or are you just not bathed in 3
No,
weeks?
that was the bathroom. I just showed you the bathroom. That's the bathroom.
I believe that's called a bidet in France, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
I would love to sit on a bidet. I've never used one of those.
The last one I used was when I was at Walt Disney World when we were doing the Chew there a couple years ago.
Right.
And the hotels that they gave us,
really,
some of the hosts had a suite, so we went over for dinner and stuff like that.
Right.
They had these state-of-the-art Japanese toilets with like a bidet that had like 5 gears and buttons and a shift and everything. And
I would sit on that all night
for hours.
Yeah, I would eat dinner. I would eat dinner on that bidet.
No, we kept finding excuses to have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, I gotta go again.
And then the best part was there was a little Japanese guy standing there next to the toilet holding a towel. That was the best part.
Oh, that's so funny.
Are they manual gears? Do you have to know how to drive a stick?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Hey, you know,
like there's 2 bathrooms.
RC, when other Megan friend comes on, she's a newer comic. I want you to stay on, and we're going to be her audience because you know what it's like to do stand up in front of nobody. So
isn't that funny that right now she's probably thinking this is her big break?
Yeah, it is. No, I was thinking it was my big break. So we'll stay on, and you know who's going to come on as one more audience member?
Who's that?
Somebody that you really like that had us in her home and gave us dinner.
Get out of here.
Joanne Scotto's going to come on.
I was just there a couple weeks ago.
I know. She loves you.
She's a
And
great cook, too.
Yes. And I figured I'd have her on because she's such a big fan and she's been such a big supporter of
I love her. And her husband has nothing nice to say about you whatsoever. It's amazing.
I know that. But when he's allowed to talk, when Joanne lets him talk.
No, you know? I think he said 3 things to me. He said, "Hi, how do you like your steak? Have
and
a good
help.
evening." Those are the 3 things.
And help.
But we were sitting at dinner and he kept blinking the whole time. I didn't know what he was trying to tell me.
Oh, Joanne's going to kill us. Hey, Bobby, you know what? Bring in Joanne. Bring in Joanne first. So, Megan, this is Joanne Scotto. Her husband was captain of. Look at her with the fancy background. Her husband. Where? Look at you.
I'm jealous right now.
Oh, there he is. He's behind you. He's stalking you. I see Joe.
In and out.
Yeah. Joanne, do you know how to shut your background off?
Sure.
Do you mind? Because we could see you better then.
Okay. I just put it on. I was so excited about it.
No, I like it, but Joe's behind you.
All right, hold on. I have to minimize you for a minute. Hold on.
Don't minimize me, Joanne. I've been minimized my whole life. RC minimized me already.
Just
I think it's scary that Joanne knows more about technology than all of us combined.
I know. Oh, Joe's in the water. Where did Joe go?
I went for a swim.
Where is he?
1 minute.
Megan, Joe was my captain in the FDNY. Yeah, he had black hair back then.
There he is.
Joe, could you come over here, honey?
Listen,
Okay.
Listen to her.
Oh.
I jump when she tells me to do stuff, Joanne. I don't even know why. She goes, I think she's John. I go, all right, Joanne, I'll do it. I'll get it done. All right. And then I go home and I go, honey, Joanne, just has me wrapped around her finger.
By the way,
right, so here's what we're going to do, guys.
Okay, here we go. All right.
There they are. Hey, guys.
Now you got my kitchen cabinets behind me.
So Joanne is in there.
How many of you are familiar with the kitchen cabinets?
Yes. What part of Florida can you tell our viewers you're in?
We're in Vero Beach, Florida, in Indian River County.
Indian River County.
On the East Coast. We have 75 positive COVID-19 cases, and sad to say, 1 death.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry. Can you tell them what number is your home and what are you serving for dinner tomorrow?
I know the menu. I can tell you exactly what the menu is.
Oh, yeah, she has the menu up?
I know. I know exactly. It's going to start off with a shrimp cocktail, and then there's going to be baked olives. Then there's going to be a pasta dish, and then there's going to be a London broil done on the grill.
And there's going to be a lot of this. Joe, get that. Joe, get this. Joe, stop.
And John, it'll be yes, dear, yes, dear.
You're smart. You're smart.
And then I also have a lot of bowls on the table that some people don't know what to do with the bowls.
No, when I went there for dinner last, it was just me, and there was a place setting like it was the Last Supper. I've never seen so many dishes on one table in my entire life.
All right, listen, let's do this. Let's have Megan, the other Megan, come on. We're going to be her audience is the deal here. You guys are going to laugh. I mean, you don't have to laugh if she's not funny, but it would be nice if we gave her some love. Not you, Megan. The other Megan. So, Bob, do we have Megan in the waiting room? Bob, do we have Megan in the waiting room?
Checking now.
Because if not, Joanne's going to have to do stand-up.
No, we do not.
Joanne, I came very close, and the next time we're going to do this, of having you end my Zoomathon with God Bless America.
Oh, okay.
I thought you would have loved that.
No, Joanne is a bit of a thespian. She's on stage all the time.
She's a bit of a ham bone. Yeah, she is.
We have Amy in the waiting room.
I've written a few variety shows, John.
Yeah.
And I direct them.
I know, but I know that you probably would have. That would have been late for you, 11 o'clock, and Joe's in bed by 8:30, so I didn't think it was appropriate.
We have Amy and Butch. Amy and Butch are in the waiting room.
The other night.
Yeah, we can bring Butch in too, as long as Megan's there.
We have Amy, not Megan.
All right, bring Amy out for 1 quick minute because I promised her to be on tonight. I just wanted to read the list of places where we send care packages. I'm not giving the hospitals out yet where we're giving the masks because I don't want administration to find out yet. I want the people to bring them in and use them. Amy, this thing on? Amy.
Her audio.
Here she comes.
Amy is connecting.
Amy.
I'm here. Hello.
Good, sweetie. Can you read us the list of the care package we sent so far?
Yes, I can.
Go.
Yes. Well, we sent out care packages to Lenox Hill Hospital, South Nassau Hospital, Midtown South Police Precinct, St. Albans Veterans Home, Grand Healthcare at South Point, Woodhull Hospital, Good Samaritans Hospital, and FASN Firemen's Home.
Very nice.
An FASN Fireman Home, for you people that know, it's the retirement home for New York State volunteer firefighters upstate in Hudson, New York. We sent them a care package.
Oh, very nice, John. Very nice.
Thank you very much. And we're going to send RC a hair clipper to cut his own hair.
Now, are they sending you a care package to you there in the basement? Will it get to you okay?
I don't know. Can I eat? They're not even listening to me anymore. Can you send some food down here? Nothing.
John, you need a razor, John.
I gave Joe a haircut. I gave Joe a haircut the other day.
Looks nice.
His hair had gotten so bushy.
Yeah, when he fell asleep at 8:30, you cut his hair. He had no idea. Is Megan with us? The other Megan?
No, sir.
Oh, all right.
Scared.
Megan King will have to do 3 minutes of stand-up. No?
I'll do it if you want me to.
Go, Megan. Give us.
I'll do my act. Where are you from?
I'm from Dallas. You go, RC.
Megan, you want to do one of your bits quick, Megan?
Oh, sure. Okay.
You want to stand or you want to sit?
I'm not going to stand.
I'm
I'd have to hold the laptop.
I'm just asking, Megan. Don't get nasty. Good.
Okay, so let's see. I have 3 teenagers. That's right. You should feel sorry for me. Thank you very much. And okay, I'm trying to think of clean bits. Okay, so my daughter. So I don't know if you know this, but pandas, they always they have 2 babies when they have babies. They abandon one and they raise the other.
Right.
I don't know if you know that.
No.
I'm only telling you that because I know which one I would abandon of my children. It's the girl. She's super mean. Super mean. She's 15. She hates everything I say. She just hates when I talk to her at all. And the other day, we were walking by Victoria's Secret. This isn't gonna get too bad. And she said she needed new panties. And I was like, oh no, girl. No. You're gonna go to Kohl's, you're gonna get granny panties, and they're gonna put them into your bra. That's what you're gonna do. There's no way I'm going to Victoria's Secret for you. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, we have another minute.
Okay.
That's where RC and I get our undies too, at Victoria's Secret.
That's the secret.
Well, okay, so
not anymore.
This is the hardest thing to do. My joke.
I know.
I haven't done them in a month.
I know. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
She's very mean to me, and she's very mean to her brother. She says she has misophonia, and my oldest one, he's a mouth breather. I dropped him a couple times. Anyway, and so when we eat dinner, he's like, he's really gross. He's disgusting, right?
The boy.
But you're not supposed to say anything because you're family, right? You don't say anything. You don't tell people when they're disgusting. Not my daughter. She's like, oh my God, you're disgusting. Do you have to breathe? I'm like, oh, you're going to make a great ex-wife one day, baby girl.
Megan King, come on, that's not easy to do.
Like, shit, I got to remember.
Bobby, are we going to 8:55?
You can go to 9 o'clock, John.
All right. So Megan, 5 more minutes of no.
I was like, okay.
Let's go back to Joanne. Joanne, our biggest fan. You're one of our biggest fans. The only people that have seen me in 3 different states.
Scott,
they came to visit you in prison. Is that what it was?
No.
In Florida, in New Jersey, and in Long Island, New York.
Yep, they were running away from me and ended up in the same place. They were at the Almost Gala last year. We're doing our Almost Gala probably not until next March. We want to look forward, everybody, right? We want to look forward to past this. We want to look forward and be positive. I'm not in the. I don't like to dwell on the negative. We're getting through this. We're fighting it. We'll get through it, and then in a few months we'll be back in Joanne's kitchen. I'll be able to take off my pants again and throw them in her dryer.
Oh,
When Joanne, what other guest has been in your house for the first time and has taken off their pants and threw them in your dryer? Nobody.
I think that you were the first and the only.
And that's why it wasn't invited back. Only RC was
It'll
invited.
never happen again.
Yeah.
That's right. I was the only one that they had come back a second time.
Yes, because you didn't take off your pants and throw them in the dryer.
No, they did not.
We have our national tour manager, Butch Seltzer, who helped produce the Zoomathon the other day with Bobby. Great job, Butch.
Thank you. Thank you.
Usually after the show's over, Butch will chime in and say, hey, you should have said this, you should have said that, you should have did this. You know, so Butch.
Maybe you should have shaved.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
It's not like I haven't been watching the whole show. I heard you say it 6 times.
Yeah.
Maybe your wife will give you a rusty razor and a bowl of water so you can shave yourself before you go back upstairs.
RC, she gave me soup the other day. She gave me soup, not in the bowl. It rolled down the steps like a waterfall. All right? That's where I am, RC. I'm stuck down here.
So John, real quick.
I'm stuck down here. I'm stuck down with the bags from Binghamton University, the freaking garbage bags. It's a mess. Yes, Butch.
So RC did kind of the same way I met you, John. He did our comedy club, Primetime Comedy Club in Jersey.
Yes. It closed the week after.
Yeah, and we had, I think we had about 300 the night you were there, RC.
I think so, yeah.
He did RC did what he does. He was amazing.
All right, don't pump him up. We're going to have to pay him double next time.
Pump him up a little bit. Pump him up a little bit. He, for those of you who know RC, he's probably the best improvisational comic I've ever seen or met.
Oh my God!
That's because I'm lazy. I don't like to write.
Just great. And then, of course, he did the show for us down in Florida. And
well,
and
Joanne and Joe would attest to that. I mean, he killed that night, right, guys?
Of course he killed. He always kills.
He really
and
did.
Megan, I watched you and John Salerno together all the time because I called in all the time.
Say hello to Amy. Nobody's talking to Amy. Say hello
Where's
to
Amy?
Amy.
Oh, I didn't even see Amy. Hi, Amy.
Here's the story
Hi,
of the
Amy.
lovely Amy,
Amy,
who
you and
was
I are used to emailing each other back and forth.
Yes, Joanne and I know each other very well.
That's right. That's right.
By the
Amy
way,
is-
what happened to the chick that was supposed to do a set tonight? She'll never work in Zoom again.
Zoom. She'll never work for Laughter Saves Lives again. No. RC, you want to know the truth? All along, it was gonna be Megan King. I didn't want to put her on the spot. No.
So you made up another Megan? Is that what you did?
Yes, Megan Friend.
Megan
What kind of a name is that?
We're just cloning them. We're just cloning Megans.
Yes.
Thank God
Well,
I
guys,
stood over there. I stood over there'd be a bottle of RC Cola sitting here.
All right, listen, we are at the hour, so we're going to say goodnight. Thank you, Joanne and Joe, for calling in from Florida. Thank you to our co-host, Megan, from outside of Dallas. Thank you to Butch for somewhere in Jersey, and R.C. Smith in Florida, and Amy in
Brooklyn,
New York.
John, real quickly, John, tell them what we're doing next week. Tell them what we're doing next Tuesday night.
We're going to do a stand-up show next week.
Stand-up show.
Stand-up. Megan Friend will be back.
And thank you, Bobby,
guys.
from Strong Island TV.
And no God Bless America?
Yeah, we'll do God Bless America next week. We'll have you back. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Safe. Social distance. Wash your hands. Love you. Laughter Saves Lives. Good night. Signing out.
Slapping hands,
Gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go
popcorn
pee.
peanuts.
Okay.
We're working the stands.
Take care,
Pink
RC.
cotton
Can I have some
candy.
cereal, at least?
Love on the
Bring me some
stick.
cereal.
He's chasing the beer. The trick of the lips. Play ball.
Good night, everybody.
Play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball. Play ball. Take off the caps. Time for the song.